Lipis. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Okay. Actually, I forgot to remind to the students to prepare the organizational structure before the class, but it's okay. We will try to expedite as soon as possible so that we can catch up all the topics. Alright. So next chapter, chapter 3, chapter 3, 1, 2, 3 kan? 4. Chapter 4 is about organizational structure and design. Okay, after you learn about the management, you learn about the manager's role, managers today, all the theories, and then you learn about the human resource. Okay, so after you learn about the process of the human resource, so you also have to know about the organizational structure. Because you are not only manage the people, but you also will manage the organization. So in this topic, okay, we will cover traditional and contemporary views of work specialization, chain of command, and span of control. Okay, so for example, when you did your internship, so who is your superior? Is it you direct to the director or the CEO, or you have your superior?
Company supervisor.
Company supervisor. Okay, who is the company supervisor?
Project engineer.
Engineer.
Engineer lah. You have to report to engineer, and then engineer have to report to
Their superior.
who is their superior?
Manager.
Manager. SQ.
Department manager. Department.
Okay,
Director.
some of the company will report directly to the manager if let's say the company is small. But some of the company have to report to senior engineer first, or principal engineer, or staff engineer. And then staff engineer will report to the second layer of the manager. So it depends on the organizational structure itself. Okay, all right. So second, describe each of the 5 forms of departmentalization. Okay, how we can form into the departmentalization, and then explain cross-functional teams, differentiate authority, responsibility, and unity of command. Okay, because everyone have their own authority. Don't cross the border. Okay, so for example, if let's say you are the manager of the department, you cannot overrule and then fire other staff from other department. You have your own authority and responsibility. Okay, you also cannot ask other to do your work because they are not under your supervision. Okay, tell what factors influence the amount of centralization and decentralization. Okay, and then explain how formalization is used in organizational design. So that is defining. And then we also will touch on the organizational design decisions. So this is the contrast mechanistic and organic organization. Explain between strategy and structure. Okay, because previously we discussed a lot about the mission and vision of the corporate strategy of the company. So how this strategy will have the relationship with the organizational structure. Okay, and then tell how organizational size affects the organizational design. So for example, you have SME, small medium enterprise, compared to large company or compared to multinational companies is different, because the organizational structure or organizational design will affect the size as well. Okay, and then discuss Woodward's findings on the relationship of technology and structure, and explain how environmental uncertainty affects organizational design. Okay. Okay, this is the common organizational structure we also will discuss, and then we also will explain team metrics and project structures, because some of the company adopt in different form of the metrics or project structures. Because right now most of the project is interdisciplinary project, so we have to take from other department. Okay, and then describe the design of virtual and network organizations. It's not only during this pandemic, but before that we also have the virtual organization. Okay, and then in fact if let's say during pandemic you conduct a project or the class project, so you also form a virtual team, isn't it? Because you just contact through internet, through call, and then through video call, and you discuss virtually. So that is the organizational structure nowadays. Okay. And then discuss the organizational design challenges facing managers today. Right. So what is the purpose of organizing? Because we want to divide works to be done into specific jobs and department. If we don't have the structure, then it will be chaotic, because we don't know our boundary, we don't know our authority, we don't know who will do the work. It's difficult for us to assign tasks. And then sometimes if let's say there is no structure of organizations, so the task will be redundant. Okay, the responsibility also will be redundant. Okay, so it also helps us to coordinate diverse organizational tasks, clusters jobs into units, establish relationships among individuals, group and departments, and establish formal lines of authority. This is how we do the instruction, as you have the superior and so on and so forth. Okay, allocates and deploys organizational resources, because if let's say your department is only managed on the maintenance, so you have to allocate, okay, which resources under your responsibility. So that is also easier for us to allocate and assign the tasks. Okay, this one we can skip. Okay, defining organizational structure. Okay, ini yang saya lupa. Sepatutnya lepas kelas hari tu, I would prefer for you to do the the 6 key elements. Okay, but it's okay. Now is 10:15. So in defining organizational structure, so we will discuss on the organizational structure, the formal arrangement of jobs within an organization. So how many elements or process that we have? So we have work specialization, departmentalization, chain of command, span of control, centralization and decentralization, and formalization. So we have how many groups? Kita banyak group ni. 16 group. So 16, okay, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, ini kita bagi 13, 14. Formalization 15, 16. Okay, we just need 10 minutes because it's very sharp and sweet. Okay, is that 10 minutes okay? So now it's 10:17, so by 10:30 lah. Okay, done. Not yet. Okay, I give you another 3 minutes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay.
Make it slideshow.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Amirul.
Sazwan yang akan present data.
Okay, Sazwan, right?
Screen data ada gangguan sikit. Right, okay. My name is Muhammad Shazwan bin Hanafi, and in my group have 5 person, which is Amirul Shah, me, Azimi, Fawrazi, and Haris. So today I will present about the work specialization. Right. For the first point, Frederick Winslow Taylor, who researched time and motion and determined the most efficient ways for worker to do their task. And then Taylor's find the one right way, which is work specialization. Right. Then Henry Ford conceived the assembly line. He tossed aside one best way and view work specialization with an eye toward continued improvement. Then work specialization describe the degree to which activities in the organization are divided, and they subdivide into separate job. Right. If you put one worker on the task of building an automobile, he might still be building it a month or two later. So from that, we can know have one person if uh, they do their work, so it will continue their work for about a month or 2 months or apa, sampai bila-bila kot kan. Okay, kira tengok point seterusnya. But if you have one worker that's focused on installing right front tire and another who is focused on left forward fender, then those tasks become standardized. Employees learn to do them quickly with practice. Dia lebih kurang macam betul, practice make perfect lah gitu. Bila someone tu do their work and berterusan lah buat benda yang sama je, lama-lama dia jadi power lah. Practice make perfect. Lebih kurang macam tu lah.
The worker will be specialized on that particular
Specialized.
work lah.
Betul. Macam for like my experience during my internship, for the ni apa, early lah, I will learn about many work like production line, quality control department, polishing department, and so on lah. So that's not be wrong if one person can handle many job, but it will be more effective when one person can do focus in one work. So like me, my supervisor put me at CNC department. So will of my internship duration, I will do the same work At the end,
So for the whole 3 months, you only involved in CNC machine?
yes. But many work from that I will learn how to
Okay.
control machine, how to setting, and so on.
Right.
So the next point, by the 1940, most manufacturers were practicing work specialization or division of labor, as it sometimes called. Work specialization was ideal from a task point of view. Easy tasks will be done by unskilled labor, and those tasks that require more skill will be spread out and addressed by employees that possess those skills. Itu lah. Benda-benda kalau macam kerja-kerja senang boleh lah kan, kerja-kerja biasa buat. Kalau agak-agak benda tu susah, give to pada yang pakar. And then those skilled employees were not wasting their time on tasks they did not have to be doing. Ada like my experience lah. Kita boleh buat macam-macam tapi fokus kepada yang kita dah pakar. Dia akan jadi efektif lah untuk satu company tu.
Dia bukan efektif, produktif.
Produktif. Keliru sikit.
Okay.
Right. The last point, work specialization was also ideal from a productivity point of view. Ni lah, saya tadi cakap.
Alright. Okay, thank you, Sazwan. Okay, any question from the floor? Or you want to add another example? Anyone? Saya rasa kelas ni yang paling tak aktif selama saya mengajar. So we have about 73 students. When it comes to the discussion, everyone is just keep quiet. Come on. You want to ask any question or you want to add another example before I add in? Ahmad Syahiran?
Ya, saya.
Any example that come out from your mind about work specialization?
Example that I can give is during my internship, there's only 2 persons specialized in the welding of the pipe. So any task involving the welding, the technician will call them, those 2 guys, and then they will come to do the welding. If there are no welder needed, they just supervise the technician.
Alright. Kenapa bila saya tanya tak ada siapa yang volunteer to share your experience, to share your your point of view?
Madam, I want to share something also.
Yes, please, Yuvan.
Okay, during my internship as well, I work under a department called IETS. It's known as wastewater management. So under this work specialization, I think that every company, for each department, there should be a competent person. Competent person is not someone like with experience or things like we should have attended a course and have the certificate that the person is qualified for that particular task. So during my internship, got one engineer who is the competent person for the wastewater treatment. Then once he resigned the job, there is no more competent person. There is like got workers who know the job, but then they are not the competent person with the certificate. So when the officer from DOE come to the factory, there was an issue. So it's like compulsory to have a competent person for a particular department. So I think it's under work specialization, I guess.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So the example given by Ahmad Syahiran and Yuvan is correct. Because what I want to add up is about the certification, the skills certification. So for example, for welder, they have to go through the level of the welder certificate. Okay, similar with the problem solver. So we have the Six Sigma, okay, black belt, green belt. So they have the level of the certificate. Similar with the project management, okay, water treatment. So all these job scope need a very work specialization, because when they are recognized and have the professional certificate, means they are very specialized in that particular work. Okay, all right, good. Okay, next is departmentalization, 456. Tengok tu lagging. Saya pelik lah you all ni. Group 5, 4, 5 or 6?
Good 6, madam.
Okay. Zikril. You bawa orang tidur ke apa? Tak cergas pun.
Sejuk-sejuk.
Sejuk. Sini saya panas ni. Tak ada aircon.
Hujan kuat.
Tak apa, tak ada masalah hujan. Dia semangat, spirit tu kena ada. Kelas pagi-pagi lemau-lemau macam mana you all ni? Kalau kerja nanti pukul 7 lebih dah kena sampai office. Come on Zikril, lambatnya. Tak share pun slide. Oh, Zikril keluar pula. Okay, who is the member? Okay, Amiruddin.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam,
I'm
make it
sorry.
slideshow.
I'm sorry for Zikril. He has a internet problem. So departmentalization. So this is my team member. I'm Amiruddin bin Zulkifli. So the definition is an efficient and effective grouping of jobs into meaningful work units to coordinate numerous jobs in accomplishing organization's objective. Grouping into departments of work activities are similar and logically connected. So we can see in this type. So there are 5 types. First is functional. It groups together the jobs which are involving the same or similar activities. As we can see in the diagram on the right side, at the uppermost side is the president, and then we split into functional. It's like in the company, we have a marketing team, finance team, production team, like a traditional organization. So it allows the organization to staff all important positions with functional experts and facilitates coordination and integration. So the second type is by product. So it groups the job by product line. As an example, like Aeon, they have a cosmetic department, clothing department, electric appliance department. So it's perfect for a large scale company that deals with multi-products. It becomes vital when manufacturing, marketing, and handling of each product hold due significance for the company. Next is geographical. It's like grouping jobs on the basis of territory on geography. Like as an example, like south region, north region, we divide it into that group. So multinational firms have their offices all around the world, and they have created departments based on the regions to handle company activities. Next is by process. So it groups the jobs on the basis of product or customer flow. Is often found in large process or manufacturing companies like Honda Assembly in Melaka. They have receiving raw material department, welding department, painting department, and lastly is assembling department. Lastly, the customer by grouping by customer is by grouping the jobs by the type of customer and needs. often the case in banks, financial institutions, or service industries such as marketing, advertising, and insurance. So it focuses on customer needs and wants. That's all. There's one slide. So the advantages of departmentalization is an effective grouping that enables meaningful work. Second, enables utilization of local conditions via low operational costs. Third, simplifies training. And lastly, it helps the company to gain the benefit of specialization. Every advantage there is must disadvantages. So as departments continue to grow, it creates less adaptability within the organization. Second, difficulty in coordination between different departments. Next is less responsibility and accountability as the departments are concerned with their own space and not the company as a whole. So they think that they have to perform in their department only. And lastly is rising conflicts between different departments.
Right. Okay,
That's all.
thank you, Amiruddin. All right.
Welcome.
Okay, one question. Two questions. Okay. Do you think UTM is for which category? Which type of departmentalization?
Doctor, I'm from the
Yes.
group. Can I answer it?
Yes, please.
The way I think about UTM, I would say it's functional because the way I understand, we have the bursary, sports, and HEP, and the way it's organized is based on functional, based on their function and focus on the function of, function basically, functional. That's
Based
how
on function.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Any other answer which different from Abdul Hafizuddin? Or you have similar point of view?
Yes, similar, madam. I also think it should be functional.
Okay, yang lain? Is it functional only that you can see in UTM?
Aku cakap.
Doctor, can I add more?
Yeah, Hafizuddin.
Maybe if we look in broader sense, like UTM also have Pago and KL, so maybe we can say it's geographical as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
All right. Okay, thank you. Okay. What else? Aiman. Tadi Aiman nak cakap.
Madam.
Tadi saya nak beritahu geographical tu sebab
Oh, nak beritahu geographical.
sebab
Okay.
UTM dia ada banyak campus kan.
Berapa
Dia bukan
kampus
banyak
kita
campus
ada?
dia. Setakat ni yang saya tahu Pago. Lepas tu dia ada buat macam twinning dengan college kat Sarawak. Ada satu TCS sebenarnya. Technology College Sarawak.
Then, lagi?
Dan lepas tu kat mana lagi ya?
KL.
KL ada, UTM KL.
Okay. Alright. Maybe students as product. Ahmad Ikhlas.
I agree with
Product,
Ikhlas.
group by product. Sekejap. Okay, correct? Okay. It also has the product. Okay, tadi Zikril. Zikril nak cakap apa tadi, Zikril?
Oh, I just want to say, in my opinion lah, student act as a customer, like civil engineer. So UTM also have several department based on like civil department, mechanical department.
Okay, sekejap. Kita pergi product dulu. Okay, if you're saying that UTM also adopt the departmentalization by product, is also correct. Because when you see the School of Mechanical, okay, how many directors do you know in School of Mechanical? We have industrial, manufacturing, and material in one department. So under manufacturing, industrial and material, we have one director and we have our own staff. So all of this staff only taking care on this program, industrial or manufacturing or material. Okay, and we also have pure mechanical. So pure mechanical is also another product of UTM, isn't it? So we also have another director that will take care of this program. So our product is our program lah. Maknanya undergraduate program, postgraduate program. Okay, and we also have automotive. We also have aeronautics. We also have naval architecture. So that is also the department in School of Mechanical is adopting the byproduct departmentalization. Okay, alright. Next slide. Amiruddin, show yang customer tu tadi. Okay, customer. Customer jobs, ini pukul 11, saya ambil masa sikit. Okay, customer jobs by type of customer. Okay, tadi you kata apa? Tadi siapa yang cakap tadi yang kata by customer?
Oh, by department okay. Customer.
Customer by department. I
Like
don't think.
mechanical, civil. No.
Kalau you tengok kat situ sekejap
Sebab
Okay,
UTM
kalau-
pun ada dengan industri.
Student customer, sebab student pilih nak masuk diploma atau degree lah.
No, like maybe ada yang nak ambil dalam education.
Okay, that one based on program, based on product. Yang customer ni, based for example kalau macam bank, okay, customer tu would like to do the withdrawal, okay, only for the withdrawal je dia take care. Based on the process that they do. Tapi for us, based on the program. So customer tu not really not really clear lah. Maybe they have by customer. Okay, for example, when you do the registration, so all mechanical kena pada mechanical saja. Ataupun yang PP kan, when you dealing with HEP, is it based on the students, based on your request, your needs? Kalau HEP based on your needs, betul?
Betul.
Needs lah.
Needs kan? Okay, so maybe for HEP is under customer. So whoever students comes, and then based on your needs, so they will treat based on the, they will assign you, okay, if you want to submit your proposal, then go for that stuff. So that is customer. Okay, what about process?
Recruitment, registration.
Recruitment, registration, and then in fact kalau dalam UTM lagi apa? Kalau proses waktu yang you register tu lah. Register the course, okay? When you do the registration and then you meet other people. When you do after registration, then you have next process. Then you go for next stuff. Okay? Yang paling senang vaccine. So vaccine receiving is different, and then after receiving, after registration, and then you go for the checkup, and then after the checkup, and then you go for the fill up the form and permission, and then afterwards you go for the injection and observation. So that is the process. Okay. So I hope you understand for this. Okay. So now is 11 o'clock. So we have to stop now lah. Then we will continue for next week. Okay, Assalamualaikum and have a nice weekend.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Next class cuba jadi proaktif.